It's early morning. There's a cool breeze blowing as the sun comes up over the mountaintops. There's an open road ahead of you, and you're about to embark on the adventure of a lifetime. Historic Route 66, America's Mother Road, has an interesting past, is an adventure waiting to happen, and through preservation efforts today, a historic landmark for generations to come. In 2006, Rascal Flatts recorded the song Life is a Highway. The lyrics say, "Life is a highway, I want to ride it all night long." I don't know what it is about the lyrics and the melody of this song that make people just want to jump in their car, roll down the window, crank up the radio, and drive the open road. Maybe it's in our DNA, or maybe we just all long to be explorers. Whatever it is, the open road always calls. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Chrissy Vigil, and I'm one of those people that love to drive and love to explore. And I didn't remember how much until last year when my family and I took a vacation to Arizona. And what we discovered along the way was historic Route 66. Today, I'm going to take you down Route 66. I'm going to give you a glimpse into its past. I'm going to show you some of its present day attractions. And I'm going to give you some information about preservation efforts ongoing today. So are you ready? Come on, let's take a trip down Route 66. Encyclopedia Britannica tells us that Route 66 was the first paved highway across America for motor vehicles. It was commissioned in 1926, connecting Chicago to Los Angeles and all the points in between. Although the western endpoint has changed just a little, the route encompassed some 2,448 miles. It's been known by different names: Route 60, Route 61, and finally Route 66. When John Steinbeck wrote his book, The Grapes of Wrath, he devoted a whole chapter to Route 66 in which he penned the name the Mother Road, a name that's held ever since. Now, it's also been known by other names, including the Main Street of America and by Californians as the Will Rogers Highway, as pointed out in the 2007 blog at waymaker.com that tells us Warner Brothers had put together a promotional tour across Route 66 for its new movie, The Will Rogers Story. Route 66 has also seen its hard times, as in the era of segregation, African Americans were not allowed on any business on Route 66. And in 1956, President Eisenhower enacted the Federal Aid Highway Act, which officially began the demise of Route 66. It was decommissioned in 1985, but however, as you'll see, life still exists on Route 66. So next, let me give you just a little peek at present-day Route 66. Originally, Route 66 was riddled with diners, shops, garages, and motels. Today, Route 66 Travel Guide offers many points of interest from Chicago to Santa Monica Pier. So let's start our journey in Chicago and travel west. In Chicago, you'll find Buckingham Fountain, home of the world's largest fountain. Traveling on, you'll meet up with the Gemini Giant, a 30-foot statue of an astronaut that sits outside the Launching Pad restaurant. In Missouri, you can see the world's largest rocking chair, and in Kansas, you will find one of the original Route 66 businesses, Williams General Store. It's a museum and gift shop now, and you can still get a bite to eat there. As you travel through the central portion of Route 66, Oklahoma, Texas, and New Mexico, you'll see sights from the obscure to the beautiful. In Oklahoma, you can see the big red round barn, and Route 66 Travel Guide insists that in Oklahoma, the must-see is Totem Pole Park, home to the world's tallest totem pole at 90 feet tall. Now, last year, we found Cadillac Ranch in Amarillo, Texas, right along Route 66. It's a field with Cadillacs buried upside down. But don't forget your spray paint, because you can tag your name or a phrase on any one of the vehicles and leave your mark on a little bit of history. In New Mexico, the National Park Service's information page describes San Miguel Mission, the first Catholic church in the United States, as one of the most beautiful sights to see in New Mexico along Route 66. Passing through Arizona and California, you'll find sights from the old to the new. In Holbrook, Arizona, you can stay at the original Wigwam Hotel, where your hotel room is a 14-foot diameter teepee. And Josh Mack's blog, posted 2018, called California Through My Lens, claims that Elmer's Bottle Tree Ranch, where scrap metal is adorned with bottles as leaves, will shimmer in the sunlight. And he says it's a must-see on California's stretch of Route 66. The western endpoint is Santa Monica Pier, where you'll find amusement rides, shops, restaurants, and just a lot of fun. There's so much more to see along Route 66, but you and I both know that some things just don't stand the test of time. Today, according to the World's National Monument Funds list of 2007, Route 66 is considered an endangered site. Now further, Christina Caprizon, in her Time magazine article of June 2010, explains, and I quote, "Since 1985, several groups have formed to protect America's first paved road. Of those groups forming, the National Historic Route 66 Federation details its preservation efforts through advocacy, education, and public awareness. As well, this federation was instrumental in the legislation in 1999 that provided $10 million in funds to restore Route 66. However, on July 29, 2017, NPR broadcast that the funds from this legislation are now running out. There are several websites that you can visit that you can be a part of the restoration as well. For example, the National Trust for Historic Preservation allows you to sign a petition and even donate money if you so choose to help restore Route 66. These efforts today will help Route 66 maintain its glory from its heyday for today's travelers and for the travelers to come. Well, it's almost time for our journey to end. And we began this journey with just a little bit about the past of Route 66. We traveled down the road to see some of its attractions, and we learned a little bit about preservation efforts. Indeed, Route 66 has an interesting past, is truly an adventure waiting to happen, and through preservation efforts today, a great landmark for generations to come. In 1946, Nat King Cole recorded the song Route 66. So in closing, I will leave you with the first line of the song. Well, Jack, if you ever plan to motor west, take my highway, the highway that's the best. Get your kicks on Route 66. Thank you and happy motoring.